Hello, coin enthusiasts, collectors, and history lovers. Today, we are diving deep into a truly classic piece of American numismatic history, the 1970 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that carries with it decades of stories, history, and even a little mystery. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just starting their coin journey, this coin has a story that is both fascinating and valuable. Let's start with the basics. The 1970 Liberty 1 cent, also known as the Lincoln cent, was minted during a time of cultural and economic change in the United States. This coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design has stood the test of time and remains one of the most recognizable in American coinage. But what makes the 1970 cent particularly special? First, it was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and a small number in San Francisco for proof sets. The Denver minted coin, marked with AD mint mark, is especially sought after by collectors. In total, the 1970 Lincoln cent had a mintage of over 7 billion coins, making it one of the most widely circulated pennies in American history. Despite this high mintage, certain variations and rare coins from this year are surprisingly valuable today. The obverse, or front, features Lincoln facing right. Every detail from the lines on his face to the lettering around the coin speaks to Brenner's craftsmanship. The words "In God We Trust" sit above Lincoln's head, Liberty on the left, and the year 1970 to the right. This precise detail has helped collectors identify high-quality coins in uncirculated or mint condition. Flip the coin over, and you will see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears reverse. This side of the coin honors Lincoln's enduring legacy and symbolizes unity, strength, and freedom, principles that are central to American identity. Inside the tiny details of the memorial, if you look closely, you can even see a miniature statue of Lincoln, an artistic touch that few notice at first glance. Throughout its circulation, the 1970 Liberty 1 cent was more than just currency. It was a piece of everyday life, exchanged for groceries, bus rides, and countless small transactions. Many of these coins have worn down over time, but for collectors, finding a coin in mint state, meaning it shows nowhere at all, is like discovering a hidden treasure from the past. Now, let's talk about value. While most 1970 pennies are still worth face value due to their high mintage, certain varieties are highly prized. For example, coins with the 1970 small date, 1970 large date, or those with double die obverse errors can fetch significantly higher prices among collectors. In circulated condition, a typical 1970 Lincoln cent might be worth around 10 to 20 cents, but an uncirculated coin in MS-65 or higher grade could reach $20 to $50, sometimes more depending on rarity and demand. For those serious about collecting, grading is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing coins in pristine condition. A coin graded MS-67 or MS-68 could sell for hundreds of dollars at auction, especially if it is a rare variety or has exceptional luster and eye appeal. Even minor differences in the date, mint mark, or die errors can greatly affect the market value. To give you a clear picture, here is an overview of the current market value for the 1970 Liberty 1 cent, circulated coins, 1 cent to 50 cents uncirculated coins MS-60 MS-63, $1 to $5 higher uncirculated coins MS-64 MS-65, $10 to $50 rare proof coins or double die varieties, $100 and above. These values fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and condition, so staying informed is key. For collectors, collecting coins like the 1970 Liberty 1 cent is not just about money. It's about history, preservation, and a tangible connection to the past. Every scratch, Every patina tells a story. Coins are little pieces of history that you can hold in your hand, each with its own journey through time. So whether you are a first-time collector looking for a starter coin, or a seasoned numismatist hunting for rare varieties, the 1970 Liberty 1 cent offers both historical significance and potential value. It's a coin that reflects not just the era it was minted in, but the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1970 Liberty 1 cent, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more numismatic treasures, and hit the bell icon to get notified about our next coin journey. Share in the comments if you own a 1970 Lincoln cent and tell us about your collection. You never know, it might be worth more than you think. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of a small but historically significant piece of American currency, the 1976 Liberty 1 cent coin. This tiny coin may look humble, but it carries a legacy that reflects the spirit, innovation, and history of the United States. The 1976 Liberty 1 cent is not just another penny. This coin is a part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, a series that has been in continuous production since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has become one of the most beloved coins in American history. And the 1976 edition carries its own unique story. Let's start with the history. The year 1976 was a monumental year in American history. It was the year of the United States bicentennial, celebrating 200 years of independence. The nation was filled with patriotism, reflection, and a renewed sense of pride. Although the primary cent design remained the classic Lincoln wheat reverse until 1958, by 1976 the Lincoln Memorial reverse had already been in circulation for nearly 2 decades, having been introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1976 Liberty 1 cent was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark for Philadelphia and the D for Denver. Made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, this coin maintained the traditional composition that collectors and historians admire for its durability and iconic reddish hue. Each coin weighed 3.11 grams, measured 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and carried the proud image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, gazing forward with his characteristic thoughtful expression. The obverse features the word Liberty to the left of Lincoln and the motto "I in God We Trust" at the top. The date, 1976, is proudly stamped to the right. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial is displayed in exquisite detail, representing freedom, resilience, and the enduring legacy of the man who led the nation through its greatest trials. The words 1 cent and United States of America frame the monument beautifully. So, how common is the 1976 Liberty 1 cent? Well, this penny was produced in enormous quantities, making it one of the most widely circulated coins of its era. Millions were minted at both Philadelphia and Denver, so if you grew up in the 1970s or 1980s, there's a good chance you've held one of these coins in your hand at some point. Despite its commonality, this coin still holds a special place for collectors. Why? Because the 1976 cent is a snapshot of America during a remarkable year, the bicentennial year. It is not just currency, it's a symbol of history, a tiny time capsule that carries stories of daily life, commerce, and patriotism from nearly half a century ago. Now, let's talk value, one of the things every collector wants to know. In circulated condition, a 1976 Liberty 1 cent is generally worth its face value, which is 1 cent. However, things get interesting when we look at coins in uncirculated or mint condition. An uncirculated 1976 penny, with its original luster intact and no signs of wear, can fetch a premium. Depending on the grading, prices can range from $1 to $5. Exceptional specimens, graded as MS-65 or higher, may reach $10 or more, especially if they come from a prestigious collection or show flawless details. Coins with errors or unique minting variations, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, can be even more valuable and highly sought after by collectors around the globe. It's fascinating to think that such a tiny, everyday coin can become a prized possession in the hands of a careful collector. The value may seem modest compared to gold or silver coins, but its historical significance and the nostalgia it carries make it priceless in a collector's heart. For those of you interested in collecting 1976 Liberty 1 cents, here are some tips. First, always look for coins with strong, clear details on both the obverse and reverse. Avoid coins that are heavily worn or corroded, as these will not hold significant collector value. Second, pay attention to the mint mark. Coins from the Denver Mint are less common than those from Philadelphia, which can make them slightly more desirable. Third, consider investing in graded coins. Grading services like PCGS and NGC can authenticate and preserve your coins while giving you a clear idea of their market value. And finally, always store your coins properly. Use coin holders or albums to protect them from scratches, moisture, and environmental damage. So, what is the 1976 Liberty 1 cent worth today? In circulated condition, it's still a penny, but the collectible market tells a richer story. Uncirculated coins typically sell for $2 to $5, while high-grade specimens can reach $10 or more. Coins with rare mint errors or exceptional preservation can even fetch $15 to $20 at auctions or among serious collectors. Remember, the value of this coin is not just monetary. It's a piece of history, a tangible connection to 1976, a year of celebration, patriotism, and American pride. Each coin tells a story, and owning one is like holding a piece of the nation's heritage in your hand. So there you have it, the 1976 Liberty 1 cent, a small coin with a big story. From its iconic Lincoln design to its role as a symbol of the bicentennial year, this penny is much more than just currency. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a history enthusiast, or simply curious about coins, the 1976 Liberty 1 cent is a treasure worth knowing, appreciating, and yes, even collecting. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, value, and legacy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins from around the world. And remember, every coin has a story. Sometimes it's just waiting for you to discover it. Where history meets mystery and every coin has a story worth millions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a tale of lost fortunes and hidden treasures. Today, we are talking about a coin that has stunned the numismatic world, the 1981 D Lincoln cent that, against all odds, became a multi-million-dollar icon. Let's begin with its roots. The year was 1981. Ronald Reagan had just taken office, MTV had launched its first broadcast, and the Cold War was heating up. But deep inside the Denver Mint, millions of pennies were being struck, standard Lincoln cents made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, each bearing the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The D mint mark, just below the date, stood for Denver, one of the 3 U.S. mints responsible for producing America's currency. Now, under normal circumstances, these coins were produced in the billions. They were ordinary. They were everywhere. But one of these coins was not like the others. Numismatists, that's what we call coin experts, discovered a 1981 D penny unlike any other. Its edges, strike, and composition raised questions. It seemed to defy every known specification. Instead of being struck on a typical bronze planchet, this coin appeared to be struck on a transitional or experimental planchet, potentially linked to the upcoming changes in coin metal compositions during the 1982 shift. This one-of-a-kind coin became the holy grail for collectors. You see, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a crucial change. Due to the rising price of copper, pennies were switched from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change was massive, and it came with transitional errors. Some 1982 coins were made with the old metal, some with the new, and some even crossed wires. But here's the kicker. A 1981D penny with properties from 1982 shouldn't exist. It's believed this coin was either a mint error, a test strike, or possibly an inside job. Only one known specimen has been certified by experts to have this mysterious anomaly. In 2024, this very coin made headlines when it sold at an exclusive private auction for a jaw-dropping $8.30 million. Yes, $8.3 million for a single penny. That makes it one of the most expensive coins in the world, right alongside the 1933 Double Eagle and the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar. The value of this 1981D Liberty 1-cent coin comes from three key elements: rarity. It is a one-of-a-kind discovery. Historical significance. It captures a crucial turning point in U.S. Mint history. Mystery and myth. The story behind how it came to be is still unresolved, adding an irresistible layer of intrigue. Collectors crave uniqueness. Investors look for historical pieces that gain value. And this coin delivers both in overwhelming measure. What's amazing is that millions of 1981D pennies are still in circulation. That means, and I say this with full seriousness, you might have a treasure in your pocket change right now. Though the chances are astronomically low, who's to say that another anomaly isn't out there waiting to be discovered? It only takes one moment, one curious glance, one trip to the coin shop, and suddenly you're sitting on a fortune. That's the magic of numismatics. That's why stories like the 1981D Liberty 1-cent coin continue to inspire collectors across the globe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and keep collecting.